Hello everyone, welcome guys, welcome back. Am I audible?
Yeah, Prapul sir, you are audible.
Okay, so
Sir,
where we are,
yeah, please start recording. Okay.
recording is started.
Sir, today as well I faced issue in logging into Windows Server via RDP.
Why?
It's
Now you
not
can send the key. At the last you can show me the screen, okay?
okay. Okay, sure.
So this was our topology, correct? Let me ask you some question first. Let's verify, after that we'll proceed. What is the topic for today? Hello.
Template
Service VPN.
template configuration.
Service VPN.
Service VPN, okay, service side. And how many of you have reached here in your lab? How many of you have onboarded all the devices?
I managed to do it,
Great.
but at my home.
Yeah, in your cloud
Yeah.
lab, on the cloud.
Yes.
Great.
Yes. Yes.
No one else. Only you are the dedicated person here, passionate. I am looking for these kind of people only. Right? This
Maybe.
training program can change your life.
Maybe I'm the only person who doesn't have a job.
Okay, you are the only one. Okay. So this is your purpose. Okay, that's why you are dedicated. Great. So you have reached here till the last lab.
I mean, I onboarded two VHs, so right now I have two VHs deployed, and I can see them on vManage on
Wow.
dashboard.
Okay, great. See, onboarding first time all SD-WAN devices properly, like when everything is working, is really a achievement. So
Well,
this is achievement for you. Celebrate it. Even
it
I
was.
remember when I had onboarded all the devices first time properly, and really it has motivated me, make me happy.
Mm, yeah.
Andre, did you face the issue like me while opening that Windows server?
He has lab on the Google Cloud. You can also
Oh,
design their lab by your. You have to do the research, some research, like some watch. You have to watch some YouTube videos. Even we can send you the videos through which you can set up your own EVNG on the Google Cloud at free of cost. There you can deploy entire EVNG. Everything will work exactly same, even better than this.
And whatever the certificate,
So for that
we actually
you will go for exam after the training
not for that certificate. That CA certificate, that root and identity. There we are tracking.
on the cloud.
No, on your
Okay,
EVNG.
on the server. Okay. No. Here it will at the last you can show me what is the issue where you have guys stuck. So CA
Mm.
server is required, and there was Windows server. You can use that server as a CA server. Now you have RDP. You have RDP, right? So you can work on the SD-WAN like I work. Whatever I can access, you can also access, because I have assigned one PC to you in the same network, similar like my PC. Whatever I can do, you can also do. So, and another thing is, when you are stuck somewhere, don't stop. Try to fix it. Why you guys are not troubleshooting or asking in the group, or talking with each other, asking question to each other? Your group, WhatsApp group is very silent. Why so? I never seen messages there like anyone is asking question or any real time scenario. Leave Andre is not working, but rest of you all I think working on similar technologies. Sandeep, you are working on SD-WAN only, right?
Yes, sir. But our current scenario means the current last month means we are doing some configurations and onboarding, right? and I have challenges like I already told you right before class started also.
Correct.
Some migration, some jet scaler. I'm already stuck. So not able to 100% focus here, but I'm focusing on your videos to understand deeply.
By the way, I am expecting you understood all the process, like all the connections
Yeah,
over
yeah, yeah,
here.
yeah. Process, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. That's
This
I'm
this
following. That's what. Yeah.
dashboard, what about this are you able to understand everything? Like this control up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This okay. Okay. Sorry to disturb you, sir. Sorry to disturb. Okay. This is a vManage dashboard, and I use that the controller dashboard. That is the SD-WAN controller. Means I think you are also aware. So in my previous project, that they took the SD-WAN on the tenant. Hope you are aware of tenants. So means the Cisco Cloud will manage. We manage, we want, and we will manage only the Cisco Smart Account, means the controller.
Okay.
So via SD-WAN controller, we can access all the edge devices while creating the tunnels, QoS policies. I know these things, sir, but not in deep. Okay. And this we manage for dashboard for me also new. That's what I'm deeply understanding. And whenever I try to access your labs, I got stuck whenever I got time last week. But from tomorrow evening, I will again start.
You
I will
have to
take help
sit
from Ankur also
properly.
side by side.
For the lab,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah.
sit properly.
Yes, yes, yes. I will take anyone of help from tomorrow.
What it's saying here? VS Smart. One VS Smart is there. And what is the meaning of this up arrow? Anyone can answer.
We have
It's
one
healthy.
It's showing up.
Zone.
It's green, na?
It's connected. It's showing up.
up and running.
Up and running. If
Right.
this is down, then what can be the reason?
Maybe we lost the connectivity.
Connectivity. Yeah.
Connectivity
Control
issue,
plane is
yes,
down.
definitely.
The control plane is down.
First thing which you will check is connectivity only. That we
Sorry.
manage and VS
Can
Smart
you make
Aditya
sure
Balana.
if it's recording?
Recording is started.
Okay, sorry.
Right. First time if you are trying to add VS Smart and if you are not able to onboard add the controller or vBond, again you will check first connectivity, and after that reason can be like as many of you are saying I stuck at certificate. When you will configure certificate, definitely you will get issue. If time on the CS server before starting the service, certificate authority service, you must check time. Time should be same on all the SD-WAN devices. That's why we are configuring clock time zone on everywhere. If there will be mismatch time between any two controller, let's say VS Smart or vManage, you can't add it. If there is any issue in certificate, you can't add it. If there is any issue in the organization name configuration, let's say organization name is not same, you can't add it. All system wise configuration. But most of the time you will see the connectivity issue. Yes, go ahead.
So, for example, we have two data centers, right? We can take consider of Mumbai or Pune, and
Okay.
other locations, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai. There are remote sites.
Okay.
So, for the time clock or the time setting for the branches and the data center should be same or different, because I heard in last, it's not in our videos, but for branches, for example, branches totally means we take consider of the countries only, not our India. For example, Belgium, Brazil, Paris, then London and Germany, like this. So accordingly, we will set a device time clock timings on their locations, right, sir? Or just correct
Yes,
me if I'm
correct.
wrong.
See, if this data center is in India, right?
Hmm.
So you will
Yeah.
not if you are configuring manually, then define the clock time zone of
Clock timing,
India,
correct.
and here US time zone.
Yeah.
US
Okay.
time
Got
zone.
it, sorry.
It will automatically sense each other, sync.
Yeah, it will via internet. It will sync. Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks, sir. Yeah.
After that, what it's saying?
4 vantages, 3 branches,
Fair vantage devices.
3 branches and
again,
1 DC.
correct. Again, up and running means online. All the managed devices are up and running. Here also connectivity issue can be there, certificate issue can be there, and then VS Mart. Now tell me what is the function of this VS Mart in the
Validator.
Bond.
First we had learned vBond. After that we have implemented the entire SD-WAN. Again now I am asking you this question, I think fourth time. What is the responsibility of vBond in my SD-WAN lab, in my setup? This is my network.
Authorization of new managed devices.
Is there any task of this vBond now in my topology? Can
No.
I delete it?
Yes. I think
But
so.
whenever we require new S device, that time we require this vBond
No,
again.
there is one more role of vBond. That's why you cannot remove it. That's why you cannot remove it. How many of you have heard about NAT transfers? You know the one use case of vBond that is good very well, right? Like to authenticate whenever someone want to join SD-WAN fabric. Great. Another use is NAT transfer. NAT transfers is not required in my lab. You know why? Because in data center I am using public IP address, and on all the side my transport interface is in VPN 0 and we are running default route towards internet. Public IP is in use at each side. That's why NAT is not required. But suppose here I have one another site, branch 4. Branch 4 VH. Right? Here I have one managed device VH, and then I have one firewall here, and then firewall is connected with internet. So where you will configure public IP address in this case? On firewall or on VH? Here, right? Here you will configure public IP, correct? Everyone. And what will the IP on this interface? Private. Private, right? But SD-WAN controllers like vManage, vSmart or vBond will communicate to VH, not firewall. Right here at this side, my managed device is not firewall. My managed device is this VH. SD-WAN edge device. So vManage cannot reach to vManage, or vManage cannot reach to controller as it is using private IP. So on the firewall you will configure what? NAT transfers. NAT, you will configure first NAT, and that in this particular scenario NAT transfers is required. We'll understand this also with practical what it is, but here you can assume that this is NAT device now between my SD-WAN device and controller. In this case your vBond will keep this information, right? When anyone, let's say branch 1 managed device want to reach branch 4, my vBond will share the NAT information. If you want to reach to this,
Praful, I'm sorry to interrupt. Actually, in my current scenario here, we are using UNAT. Actually, I'm not
yeah,
aware
you
of
can use UNAT as well. UNAT.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
PAT also. Like those are different types of NAT. We have different kinds of NAT, multiple types of NAT. But what I am saying, if there is any NAT device between my managed device and controller, I have to configure NAT, and vBond will keep that information. This is another function of vBond. What is the function of vSmart?
Sending routing updates via OMP
Exchange the
protocol.
information, yeah, routing policies, yeah.
Routing information between all the sites.
Branches.
How?
Yeah. Via OMP.
OMP, right? All the
OMP
branches
session.
devices has OMP session with vSmart. Like this. correct? OMP. And through OMP, all the sites are going to advertise prefixes to vSmart. Now LAN side you can configure and routing protocol, let's say OSPF, and here we are running OMP. So you have to redistribute OSPF into OMP, then only your VH is going to advertise it to vSmart, correct? This side we are running
Yes, sir.
OSPF, this side we are running OMP, right? So redistribution is required. And after that vSmart will advertise it to other side. Again here we are running OSPF, and this branch edge device will receive branch 1 prefixes, LAN prefixes of side 1 through OMP. Now you need to redistribute OMP into OSPF so that this internal router can receive the routes. It will also advertise about next hop, which is T-lock. We talk about T-lock as well, right? On any side we can verify the OMP route, T-lock route. Let me show you some verification. First of all, here on the dashboard of vManage, here I can say which managed devices also, right? 4.4.4, side ID, BFD session you can verify on all the devices. What is BFD? Where BFD is running, guys, in my topology? Where is BFD? How many BFD session will be there on branch 1 VS1?
It's running between Vantage devices, BFD.
So how many BFD session will be there? If I will run command show BFD session,
Ooh, 3. Should be 3 or 2. Sorry.
Videos. 3.
3, 1, 2, and 3.
3. Right.
How many IPsec?
3.
3. How many control connection?
3.
3.
Oh no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
4. That's not-
6 control connection. If you're talking about DTLS, right, then it should be with vManage, vSmart, vBond,
Not
and the
vBond.
VHs.
With vBond that was temporary.
Temporary, right?
Yeah, okay, but you can consider then also three control connection only, na?
Yeah.
There is only one transport, so only one control connection will be there. We can verify those all things here either through CLI or the dashboard of vManage. From here I can SSH my device. I can go to real-time section, device dashboard. On the device dashboard you can see from here we can reboot CPU, device CPU utilization, memory utilization, DCVH, power supply fan information. In the virtual these are not showing, but on real devices you will find everything, the power information as well even. From here in the troubleshooting section I can test as well connectivity. Everything is there on the dashboard of vManage. If you will start working you will get familiar, right? And my all managed devices are, health of my managed devices are normal, warning and error, right? Here you will find the alarms, all the notification and alarm. You can see alarms. There was one alarm, VH serial file uploaded. I think this is alarm of yesterday only. Yesterday or today? Today. Right, see some alarm. By clicking over here you can view all the alarm. And now I can see the cleared alarm. Okay. Full WAN.
When it says control up, what does that mean?
Where?
Control up right here. It's only 4. On the left, yeah. It's only 4.
On the vManage, how many control connections are there? On vManage, how many control connection will be there?
Oh, vSmart.
Control connection means it is talking about the control connection with VHs.
Oh, okay. Only with VHs.
See here.
Okay.
Yeah, branches.
Branches. right? From here also I can run all the command on any device, like let's say DCVH. I can SSH it, or here as well I can run command, let's say so or OMP tlock. OMP advertise tlock will show you the tlock of 4.4.4, and if you will check receive tlock, OMP tlock, receive tlock, or OMP peer, see, means DCVH 4.4.4 has one OMP session with vSmart. So all the commands are available here. On the on the vBond, I can check all my managed devices, valid managed devices, which are authenticated by my vManage, and authentication is passed. Information of all managed list. So valid VSS, managed list, and on the devices, let's say on branch 1 VS1, I can verify all the control connection through CLI. Admin and set admin and admin. Now day by day we will be learning these protocols. We'll go in deep by performing the lab like BFT lab. So control connection. Here you can see all the control connection. How many control connections are there? 3. One with vBond, one vSmart, one vManage. The temporary, that's why here you can see system IP is showing 0.0.0 of vBond. This is fake entry, duplicate entry. You will only see in EVNG. So IPsec inbound session, IPsec inbound connections. You can see how many IPsec sessions are there with 5.5.5. Branch 1 VS1 with DCVH 4.4.4, then branch 2 and branch 3. What are the information in the IPsec connection? T-lock, Praful. T-locks are there. Now whatever route is there in the routing table with this T-lock will be forwarded through the IPsec. Got it? Will be forwarded through IPsec. Let's suppose so OMP route. There is no any route. Now I have not configured service side, right? Let me configure service side as well through CLI. I think my device mode is CLI now. Let me say VPN 10 interface. Which interface I will add in VPN 10? 0/1. IP address. Let's suppose here I am using subnet. Let me write the subnet. Yeah, tell me which subnet you want to use between the router.
I have one question. It's mandatory to use gigabit 0-1?
No.
No. Okay.
Except ETH0, you can use any interface.
Okay. And on vBond, when you type that command to see the installed WAN edges,
WAN is list.
WAN edge list, I found a similar command, but in a tabular way, so it will be much easier to read it after put that.
Correct. 1 minute here. Okay, not required. So on branch 1 VS1 in VPN 0, I will configure IP address 11.1.1.1 255.255.255. 0, not 255/25. And then routing protocol. So router OSPF, router OSPF process ID and area ID. Area, let's say I'm configuring this interface in area 0. So router OSPF area 0 and then interface GE0/1. This command will enable OSPF on which interface? On 0/1 interface. Now in OSPF, you know, like when we configure OSPF on the router, we can change OSPF network type on the interface. We can configure different area, right? DR, BDR, router ID. So whatever you can apply on router, perform configuration on router, you can apply here as well. I am just enabling OSPF on the LAN interface. And now commit. Now if I will access this router R1 and let me see the IP is not configured here. Let me use notepad for IP configuration. On router 1 interface F0/0, no shutdown, IP address 11.1.1.2 255.255.255.0, exit interface loopback 1, IP address 10.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. By default OSPF will advertise it with /30. So you can change network type. IP OSPF network point to point network and exit. IP OSPF 1 area 0. This command will enable OSPF on this particular interface, and these commands are required, this command only required on F0/0 as well. Then interface loopback 2 and loopback 3. So on loopback 2 I'm going to change IP 10.1.2.1, and on loopback 3 I'm going to change the IP 3.1. Correct? Let me copy the commands and let me paste it on router. After pasting this command, I am expecting OSPF neighborship between. What happened here? After applying this command, I am expecting OSPF neighborship between VH and
Branch router.
branch router. Let me paste it. What happened? There is some mistake. All the commands are accepted. Yes. So IP OSPF neighbor is not there. So IP OSPF interface brief. OSPF is enabled on all these interfaces. So IP OSPF, or let me ping the VH1 ping once, ping 11.1.1. Here what IP address I have configured on F0/0? Should be 2, I think.
2 2
And so IP interface brief. What is IP? Okay, 12.2. It should be 11.2, right?
12 dot, yeah.
Interface
Yeah.
F0/0. IP address 11.1.1.2 255.255.255.0 and write. Now OSPF neighborship is there. You can see the log message. OSPF neighborship is up. On branch 1 VS also I can verify this. Let me take you to branch router, exit, and so OSPF neighbor. Here also you can see on the branch 1 neighbor information. And let me check, is this router learning any route? So it will learn the route in which VPN. Which VPN route I should check? So IP route. You can see 10.1.1.0, 10.1.2.0 and 3.0 are coming Through which routing protocol? OSPF. In which VPN? In VPN
10.
10. And next of IP address is this one. Not in VPN 0. Remember, VPN 0 is to reach the controller only, right?
Transport
Through VPN
VPN.
0, yes, transport VPN. Through transport VPN will reach to controller, will not forward the user data. For the user data, we have IPsec. So VPN 10 traffic will travel between branches through IPsec. Let me configure router 2 as well. On router 2, IP address will be 12.1.1.2 and it will be 20, 20 and 20. Rest all configuration are same. Copy. Let me paste it over here. No, even redistribution is not required. I will tell you why. Because by default, because of by default behavior. Let me tell you that also. Enable config T and paste the command. All commands are accepted. Now as soon as I will enable configure VPN 10 here, VPN 10 on router number 2, admin config T and VPN 10 and commit. Now what will happen? This router will start maintaining routing table for VPN 10. So IP route VPN 10, and in VPN 10 you will see all the branch 1 prefixes. You can see all the branch 1 prefixes are coming or not. Through which routing protocol it is coming? Through OMP automatically. And to forward the traffic, IPsec is there. And for TLog, like to reach next hop, here is the TLog information you can see. So can this branch router forward traffic directly to branch 1 through IPsec? Yes, of course. You have already seen the IPsec between 4.4.4, sorry, 5.5.5 and 6.6.6. So my traffic will go through IPsec VPN. Which VPN traffic? Only VPN 10 traffic. If you are going to ping in, let's say VPN 0, ping 8.8.8.8.8 VPN 0. If I will not mention the VPN, that means it is pinging in VPN 0 only. So router is going to look up a routing table of VPN 0, not VPN 10. If you want the user should be able to ping 8.8.8 should have internet access, you have to configure one default dot in which VPN? In VPN 10, right? That particular thing is policy called DIA, direct internet access. Can LAN user access internet? No. Only multiple sites, all the sites even can communicate with each other. And as branch 2 router have installed prefixes in routing table, it will advertise to now branch 2 internal router through OSPF. Let me take you to R2 and so IP OSPF neighbor.
I had a
So
question,
IP,
sir.
1 minute. Neighbor, okay, yeah, tell me.
So, when you first said show OMP routes, and we didn't have any routes, right? In the
Correct.
branch, in the manages, that's because we didn't have service VPN configured, right? We
Correct.
didn't have any service routes. So OMP routes, show OMP, now we have configured service VPN, and now we're getting these routes. So
Correct.
OMP routes are they only show internal branch routes, right? OMP routes are internal
Yes,
branch
exactly.
routes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Branch network information. Now forget
So-
about the transport. Forget about this transport. Now you can assume all the sites are connected directly. Forget about the controller as well. You can assume all the sites are connected through internet. If I will talk about these 3 sites, so this is my topology only now. And between all the sites there is IPsec.
Okay, so we're only looking when we run show OMP routes, right?
Correct.
We're only looking at branch V edges and the branch routers.
Correct.
Routes. Okay. That's what I was confused about.
question. Can I ask?
Yeah, you can.
So here is the transport VPN is a VPN 0, where service VPN you are using the VPN 10. If you use multiple service VPN in the different branches, how the communication will happen? Whether the communication will happen or do
For
we
each
need to add any?
VPN, there will be IPsec. For each transport VPN, sorry, service VPN, let's say I have VPN 10 and VPN 20.
Mm.
So even I can forward
What?
traffic directly of both VPN, or this can be my topology for VPN 10, and for VPN 20, maybe all the sites have IPsec with DCVH like this, or maybe directly IPsec like this. By default, there will be directly IPsec for both VPN 10 and 20. Like VPN 10 traffic will exchange between the sites, similarly VPN 20 traffic will be also exchanged.
It means suppose VPN 10 can exchange only VPN 10 only in the through IPsec. VPN 20 can exchange only VPN 20. Is that you're telling?
Means VPN 10 and 20. What I am saying,
So
Means
you said,
suppose in the in the VH,
listen, wait,
we,
one minute. You said, if I have VPN 10 here, if I have one more service VPN, then how it will work? Correct?
yes,
This was your question. I said,
yes.
like VPN 10 works, similarly VPN 20 will also work. You can assume
How
like
the communication?
how the
How the
communication will
communication will?
happen. How the communication will
So
happen for VPN 10? Traffic will come from user to here. It will check VPN 10 routing table. It will find the IPsec here. It will forward the traffic through IPsec. Similarly, VH will receive traffic for VPN 20. It will check VPN 20 routing table. It will find the IPsec and will forward the traffic through IPsec.
But the users
so
from VPN 10 can communicate with other users in
This is
VPN
another
20.
question. Can VPN 10 and 20 communicate with each other? This is another question.
They
okay.
should not be able to,
Is
though.
is your first question clear? How VPN 20 will work?
Yes.
Okay,
So how the communication will happen between different VPN
very good.
services?
VPN is similar like VRF.
Okay.
You know VRF, virtual routing forwarding.
Yes, I know. I know.
I have two VRF on the router, VRF A and VRF B.
We
How I will make communication between these two VRF?
for the root leaking.
So here also you have to configure what? Root leaking. Then VPN 10 and 20 can communicate. By default, cannot communicate. Right? Whatever VRF you know, VRF and VPN, there is no difference. Both are exactly same. VRF on the router and VPN on the SD-WAN routers. Through route leaking, we can make communication between VPN 10 and 20. By default, communication is not possible. And to build routing table, routers have what? T-lock, right? Let's suppose this is T-lock 1 and this is T-lock 2. Both the routers has already exchanged the T-lock through vSmart. T-lock means what, guys? What information? What is T-lock? T-lock has 3 tuple. System IP,
System IP, color, and
color,
then caps.
encapsulation protocol. Very good. Right? And inside the T-lock, there are IP address, private IP and public IP. If you will open the T-log of branch 1, let's say, branch 1, here if I am going to say so OMP T-logs, you can see. This is T-log of 4.4.4 means DC side, and I am on branch 1 VS 1. So branch 1 router have learned this T-log through, first of all, T-log means you can see these 3 things, and receive from vSmart. Who have advertised? vSmart. So DC VH have advertised it to vSmart, and vSmart has advertised it to branch 1 VS1. And inside the T-log, see so many other informations are there, like public IP address, private IP address, and attributes for path manipulation and best path selection, like preferences. Right now we are talking about default behavior. By default you can say preference is not in use. Side ID. Side ID is also one what? Attribute. So right, if I need to configure any policy, where I need to match the T-lock. Based on T-lock, I want to configure any policy. Which kind of policy? Maybe branch 1 VS1 has two T-lock, T-lock 1 and T-lock 3, MPLS. And I want to forward voice traffic over MPLS, means over this T-lock. I can match side ID, these all attribute. I can match any attribute. So route is installed through T-lock. Through T-lock, as soon as both the sides will have T-lock of each other, both will form IPsec. And that IPsec will be used while forwarding user data. So IPsec inbound connection. Here you can see same information in the IPsec. In the IPsec inbound connection, we have session with T-lock. And you have already seen inside the T-lock. And route is also coming with T-lock. So OMP route. So here also you can see 10.1.1.0/24. It is self-advertised route. Let me see any receive route is there or not. Not there now. Here you can see 11.1.1.0 again self-advertised peer 0.0.0, and you can see T-lock informations are there or not in route. Yes. So IP route VPN 10. Here also you can see. Here you will not find T-lock. Here this is pure routing table. So here OSPF and neighbor. We have neighbor on branch 2 router. On branch 2 router. So OSPF neighbor. So OSPF neighbor. Why we don't have neighborship here? Who will troubleshoot it? So run VPN 10. I have configured OSPF. I need to configure OSPF in VPN 10, which is not configured. Let me.
Yes, sir.
And if I will remove VPN 10 from here, no VPN 10. And now commit. Now will I have route of branch 1 in the routing table? So OMP route. You can see nothing is there. Why? Similar like router, Praful, router 1, router 2. If this router is advertising a route in VRF A or 10, right? R1 to R2, and VRF 10 does not exist on router number 2, then router 2 will not install route in routing table, yes or no? Because the VRF does not exist. If VLAN does not exist on the switch will not maintain MAC address table for that particular VLAN. Similarly, router will not maintain routing table for that particular VRF, which is not exist in the database. Similarly, SD-WAN router will not maintain any routing table for the VPN, which is not exist in the database. And on the router, if I will talk about route leaking, so who will explain route leaking? R1, R2, VRF A, VRF B, VRF A and VRF C. I want to forward VRF A route into VRF C. How can I forward? I want to forward VRF A route in VRF C. By default, VRF A route will be forwarded to VRF A. I want to forward VRF A route into VRF A as well as in VRF C. How I will configure route leaking?
IP route statement, right?
No. For VRF A, let's say I am exporting RT dot target value 100 ratio 100. That means I need to import that into VRF C. Automatically VRF A route will be injected into VRF C. You don't know. You guys don't know the VRF concept. How VRF work. That's why you are confused with VPN on the vanished devices. Wait a minute. whoever have even single dot in topics like VRF should must go for CCNA and CCNP course once again. Doesn't matter how many time earlier you have learned, but this is so important, very important to master it. Now even you don't need to learn SD-WAN again. You can finish SD-WAN now, and after that you can put it on hold. You can learn CCNA, CCNP. After that, even you are going to revise the SD-WAN, you will understand everything. That is prerequisite. CCNA and NP is the prerequisite to learn any other modern technologies, whether it is SD-WAN, SDXS, data center, cloud, AI, automation, virtualization, CCIE, SD-WAN, SDXS, cyber security, any NP the foundation. I am expecting you guys know these all things, the VRF. Based on that, I am teaching you SD-WAN. In case, suppose if you don't know the routing, you will never understand how vanished devices are exchanging the route, because you don't know how controllers are reachable, what we did. Maybe by watching the video multiple times, you can copy and paste the command. Even you can onboard the devices. But behind the scene, the technology which is running, you will not get to know about that. And if you didn't understood that, then you can't troubleshoot. Company is going to pay you to troubleshoot, sir. Companies are not able to manage. That's why they need engineer who can troubleshoot. How many of you can troubleshoot if, let's say, control connection is down? If control connection is down, how many of you can fix it, troubleshoot it? Let's suppose you have onboarded everything, all devices, it is working, then you have turned off the lab. And tomorrow when you open again, then it's showing control connection down. How many of you can fix it? How many of you are confident on this? That yes, Praful, I can. Maybe it can take some time, maybe entire days, but I can fix it. It means you have understood behind the scene, everything about behind the scene. How I made reachability, how the routing is working, right? How the certificate things are working, how I am onboarding the devices, right? How devices are finally up. If you know all the steps, then only you can troubleshoot, because then only you can verify that let me check this also, let me check this also, let me check T-log. If IPsec is not there or BFD is not there, I will start verifying IPsec, connectivity, T-log, OMP route, VPN. And like this only we were troubleshooting issue on routers, like in case of MP, BGP, VRF in the service provider network. We troubleshoot like this only. Can I move? VPN 10. Now VPN 10 is not there. That's why routing table is not there for VPN 10. And we can't see branch 1 prefixes. Commit. And again, if you will check routing table, do so. IP route VPN 10. You can see all the prefixes. Right, and now let me configure OSPF here, router OSPF area 0 and interface GE0/1 and commit. Now OSPF neighborship will come up. What happened? What it's saying, guys? Interface is not there in VPN 0. So interface GE0/1, no shutdown, IP address
You have to go back to VPN server because right now you are in OSPF config.
Here I am in VPN 10, interface G0
Okay.
slash 1, no shutdown, and IP address. Do I need to configure this interface as tunnel interface? Tunnel interface, allow service netconf, allow service SSH. Those commands are required here?
No,
Yes.
no,
Not required.
not required.
Not required. This interface is not going to form any tunnel. Commit. And now I can enable OSPF router, OSPF area 0, interface G0 slash 1 and commit. Okay, so OSPF neighbor is not up. Go to router 2, ping 12.1.1.
I believe we not configured anything on router 2.
I think router 2 is already configured. So IP interface brief. IP addresses are configured.
Okay.
So IP OSPF interface brief. IP should be 12. Here I think I have configured wrong IP. So run VPN 10. In VPN 10 you can see we have one interface. In VPN 10 first we are running OSPF routing protocol area 0, and in area
IP address
0
is
we have
wrong.
one
IP
interface.
address is wrong.
Okay,
IP
okay.
address is wrong.
VPN 10 interface GE0 slash 1 and IP address 12.1.1 255.255.255. Not 255, sorry, slash 24 and commit. And now we can verify OSPF routing table. So OSPF neighbor first, neighbor is up now, and so IP route OSPF. Now you can see through OSPF it is learning all internal LAN, right? And through OMP it is learning all branch 1 prefixes. So now let me take you to internal router, let's say R1, and let me show you the routing table. So IP route OSPF. Is there any route? No. On router number 2, so IP route OSPF. Through OSPF it is not learning any route. Why? Guys, understand one thing. Here we are running OSPF routing protocol. Here also we are running OSPF routing protocol. And between the sites through VSmart we are running OMP. Means both the Vantage router has OMP session with VSmart here, right? Like this. So OMP is running, let's say. Now
You have to redistribute into OSPF.
by
OMP.
default OSPF is already redistributed into OMP. That's why here we are able to find all these prefixes, correct?
So
Yes.
we need to route leaking between VPN 0 and VPN
No,
10, then
no,
only
no.
No,
can
nothing is required.
No, no.
What I am
We have
saying,
to redistribute.
redistribution between redistribution of OSPF into OMP is not required, which is by default redistributed. That is the part of default configuration. If I will take you branch 1 VS1 and if I will run, let's say show running configuration. So in show running configuration, see the default configuration of OMP, because in the OMP I didn't configure anything. Here is the OMP configuration. Default configuration. And what it's saying? Advertise connected and advertise static. But it is also redistributing advertising OSPF route. That's why branch 2 Vantage router has branch 1 internal route. Similarly on branch 1 so OMP route or so IP route VPN 10. You can see branch 2 prefixes means 20 subnets are coming, but it is not advertising to internal router. That means by default OSPF is getting redistributed into OMP, but OMP is not getting redistributed into OSPF. So we have to redistribute here, right? So on the router number 1 on branch 1 VS1, I'm going to say VPN 10 and then go to router OSPF and say redistribute OMP protocol and then commit. And after that check internal router, let's say R1 routing table. So IP.OSPF. Now you can see all 20 submits are coming. And these are which type of route? Which type of OSPF route these are? E2 means external
routes.
prefixes.
External.
Right? Coming redistributed route. Coming in form of LSA 7. LSA 7 or LSA 5? 5. So IP OSPF database. Coming in form of LSA
Praful, if
5.
I don't want to communicate with the branch to branch communication, how can we restrict?
You will configure policy for that. That is our topic after template.
Okay, okay.
Similarly, now on branch 1 router, I will redistribute OMP into OSPF. Go to branch 2 VH and config T VPN 10 and see I am not touching VPN 0, guys. VPN 0 is only for control plane and management plane traffic, right? Later we'll touch VPN 0 transport VPN in the policy for making reachability between sites. We are not touching VPN 0, right? We are playing with route in VPN 10. Remember this and pay attention here carefully. This is so important. VPN 10 router OSPF and redistribute OMP and commit it. And after the commit, you can go to internal router in branch 2 and you can verify the routing table of OSPF and you can see all the 10 subnets are coming. Even now I can verify the connectivity ping 10.1.1.1 and source 20.1.1.1. You can see ping is working. Both the sites are able to communicate with each other. Trace route 10.1.1.1, source 20.1.1.1 and numeric. You can see traffic is going to 12.1 means branch 2 VS1 and after that directly traffic is going to VPN 10 interface of branch 1. Right? When I am tracing here to here, my traffic is reaching here on this interface, then on this interface and then here. Am I right? Yes.
So all the traffic is the private IPs are encapsulated, right? You only see the public IPs.
Yes, only private IP addresses. Means my traffic is going through IPsec, not going through G0/0 interface. Right? Like router. Router has one interface connected with ISP. So some traffic can go through this physical interface, some traffic can go through tunnel interface, some traffic can go through IPsec, right? Similarly here, the VPN 10 traffic is going through IPsec. If you will ping in VPN with 0 from here, right, then it will not forward traffic through IPsec. Then your traffic will go through this interface. Like in case of DIA, what do we want? We want to forward some traffic from this interface so that I can access internet. Through VPN, IPsec VPN, can I access internet? No. I can't, right? Got it? This is my path. I can verify my path from vManage as well, like from the vManage dashboard, either through CLI. Here also you can run traceroute command, or in the troubleshooting you can simulate the path or you can trace route. Tell me the IP address. I am on 4.4.4. Let me take you to 5.5.5. I think I had already covered this topic. From here I can trace route. From 5.5.5 I can trace route what 20.1, let's say 20.1.1. In which VPN? In VPN 10. Which source? G0/1. From G0/1 interface I am going to trace 20.1. It will show me the path here. You can see the path. Right? Traffic is going through IPsec. Now, can I configure these devices through template, guys? Through CLI, we have seen all the configuration so that my all side can communicate with each other. Now, all side can communicate with each other. You can see branch 1 and 2 are able to communicate. Now, what we'll do, I will create template for this configuration on vanished devices. On DC, VH, similarly, I can create VPN 10 and I can add the interface GE0/1, no shutdown, VPN 10, interface GE0/1, no shutdown, and IP address. Let's say 192.168.1.1/24 or 10./24 and commit. And now if you will check routing table, so route VPN 10, you can see all branch 1 and 2 LAN prefixes are coming. So my PC can, DC user can reach anywhere. IP 192.168.1.1/24 and 192.168.1.10 is the gateway. And ping 10.1.1.1. You can see I'm able to reach branch 1. Ping 20.1.1.1. I can reach branch 2 as well. Got it? Now tell me on the branch 1 VH1, branch 1 VH1, how many things I have configured? System configuration, we have performed system configuration, if you remember, correct? Then VPN 0 configuration,
VPN 0, VPN 10,
VPN 10, then
OSPF.
OSPF,
Yeah.
Redistribution inside the.
so that will
distribution
come under
ONT.
OSPF only. Then interface G0/0, interface G0/1. Anything else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many feature templates are required? 6 feature templates are required to configure this branched VH. What it's saying, who will read? Please read this line, anyone can read loudly. What it's saying? Read it.
I can do it.
Yeah, do it.
Templates are used to simplify the management and configuration of devices. Instead of configuring each edge device, vEdge or cEdge manually, templates allow you to configure and manage multiple devices centrally, ensuring consistency and reducing errors. There are two
Understood,
types of
everyone? Till you are going to push 1000 command, there is chance of human error, yes or no? Whether you accept it or not, but there is chance of human error. Chance is there. After that, there are
There are two types of templates in SD-WAN: feature templates and device templates. Feature templates. A feature template is used to configure specific features of a device, like interfaces, routing, VPNs, etc. These templates define the configurations of individual components of the device. How feature templates work. Each template configures a specific part of the device, such as its VPN configuration, routing, or interface settings. You can create a separate feature template for each function of the device. For example, one template for VPN settings, another for interfaces like Ethernet ports, one for BGP or OSPF routing. Once you create the individual feature templates, they can be reused across multiple devices. Let's say you want to configure the VPN settings for your edge device. You create a VPN feature template that defines the following: VPN ID, like VPN1 for corporate network, which interface will participate in the VPN, routing policies for this VPN. You can then apply this template to any device that needs to use the same VPN configuration.
correct.
Yep. Device templates. A device template is a complete configuration template that binds together all the necessary feature templates to fully configure SD-WAN device.
Okay, a single device template can be used to configure the WAN edge device, and inside the device template I can combine all the feature template.
Once you've created the individual feature templates for routing, interfaces, VPN, etc., you can combine them into a device template. This device template is then applied to a specific vEdge or cEdge device, and it is automatically pushes all the configurations from the feature templates to the device. Two types of device templates: CLI templates. These are used to manually configure the device with command line instructions. These are more like traditional device configurations. Feature-based device templates, it allows you to configure devices without using the command line, providing a graphical interface for easy management. When you okay.
Now example is there. Yeah, you
Okay.
can read this.
When you apply a feature-based device template, the system pushes all the configurations defined in the feature template to the device automatically.
And here is the example of configure device, right? I will share it, you can read it. Now, as we have these all services, these all configuration on my branch 1 VS1, I need template for VS configuration, but same template can be used for all the VANAs devices. Let me take you to vManage, go to template, and right now I have two template here. You can see one for VSmart and one for branch device configuration. For branch device configuration, last time we had created this template, if you remember. Should I delete and recreate VPN, or I can use it?
Can you delete it so we can see it from the beginning?
VSmart template is so simple. CLI commands are there. That's it.
Sir, one doubt here, but not doubt. Just want to confirmation from you. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Hello.
Yeah, you are audible.
Sir, yeah. For example, I want to add any static route or the default route, right? For example, one out SD-WAN router to the public means any application outside the data center. So on that time, what we did last year, we configured via CLI template in the SD-WAN edge devices. This is fine, or we have to do via template only because the PA guy, right, the PS guy, professional services, he suggested Sandeep prepare the static route via CLI template. That's what.
You can do through CLI as well as through GUI, but through CLI you have seen it's easy. Like in VPN 10, if I need to configure a static route, so I will use same command route, sorry, IP route.
Not here, sir. In the controller or the vManage dashboard, inside dashboard, you will go to the edge device and inside that
Yeah,
CLI
through
template, right?
CLI both are same na. Through here also you can access it, right?
But
You will
yeah,
have
I
same access.
suggested. Yeah, correct. But there was
So
some
can I
when
ask
we
you?
adding the
That means
route.
you are managing all devices individually, right?
Uh,
You cannot
Can I ask
manage
one
the
question?
devices through template. Yes, one by one. Once he will finish, you can ask. Okay?
yeah, fine. I got your answer. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
now you can ask.
Yeah, if suppose branch routers want to access any internet, how we can able to access
You will
right
create
now?
direct internet access policy for that.
Okay. It means that we're going to create the policy means we are you going to redistribution in different VPN 0 to VPN 10? How?
No, I will create DIA policy, direct internet policy. That is localized policy. You can't understand until unless you don't know the policy.
Okay.
Okay? So now see, to create template, you will go to here and you can see we have two types of template, device template and feature template. I want to create feature template. So click on feature template, then add template, select the device for which device you want to create template. I'm creating template for VH, and after that which template, feature template for which configuration, because feature template is a specific part of configuration, right? System configuration, so select the system template. Means your type of template is system, and for type of devices VS cloud. Here I can name to my template, I can say device config, or sorry, system config. I can use same description. Then under system, you had defined side ID. So here side ID is device specific. It will ask me while pushing the configuration. System IP also device specific. I had not configured overlay ID. Time zone is going to be globally. Asia Kolkata. Where it is? Here. Host name is going to be device specific. It will ask me while pushing the configuration. Location not defining. Description is not required. Nothing is required. Just save it. In system, we had performed only this configuration. What happened? Please fill the required field where I am missing. Now again I need one template. For system, we have no template. For VPN 0, let me create one template. Again select the device. Device is going to be VS Cloud. And this time VPN template. Name the template. Name of template is I am saying transport VPN. Transport VPN will be VPN 0. So here I can define the VPN ID. Globally it will be 0. Name I can set transport VPN. And in VPN 0, OMP is going to advertise what? OSPF. So see, OSPF is not there. If OMP is going to advertise OSPF external route, then you have to turn it on. For an example, see, right now my routers are not advertising OSPF external route, but on the router number 1, let's say here I have configured one default route, IP route 0.0.0 0.0.0 and null 0 interface. On null 0 interface I have configured one default route. So this is a static route, right? If you want to advertise this default route in VPN 10 for internet access, let's say, so how you will advertise? Router OSPF 1 and redistribute static, right? Only redistribute a static subnet. Done. Now go to branch 1 VS1. On branch 1 VS1, so IP route VPN 10. In VPN 10 I am expecting one default route, but see, is there default route? Why it's not there? It should be here, no?
You forget to WR.
So is WR mandatory here?
Right.
No, not mandatory. So IP OSPF database, even it have not installed the default route in database. So IP route static route is there. Here you have to run command router OSPF 1 and default information originate. Always keyword is not required. And now here you can check on branch 1 VS1. You can see default route is there, but it will not redistribute into OMP by default. So here in the template you can see, if you want that to redistribute into OMP, you can enable it, on it. Right now on branch 2 VH you will not find, or in the DC VH you will not find default route in VPN 0. You can see not coming, right? This default route can be like route for internet, let's say, as I told you, DIA. So I am not going to advertise anything. By default OSPF is already redistributed into OMP, so not required. Route is required, one default route towards internet to reach controllers. So let me add one static default route 0.0.0. In VPN 0 add interface, exit interface means next hop IP address, and next hop IP address will be what? Device specific, the internet IP address. I can make it device specific and distance value 1, add and add. A static route is added in the VPN 0. IPv6 route not required. Service not advertising. GRE IPsec not nothing. Save it. I can make a duplicate copy of this VPN and then I can modify it, copy, and I can name it service VPN for VPN 10. Service VPN, copy, and change the description also, and copy. And now I can modify my service VPN. In service VPN, VPN ID will be 10, name will be service VPN, default route is not required in service VPN. In VPN 10, delete it. IPv6 route, nothing else. Correct? VPN 10 configuration, let me update it. Now I need one template to configure. VPN 10 done, VPN 0 done. We need one template for G0/0 and G0/1. Let me add template and again select the device, and this time VPN interface template. Let's name it what? Can I say transport interface? Yes, I can say transport interface. transport interface, or I can say internet interface, because in transport I can have MPLS also. So say internet interface. I'm getting one template with name internet interface. Port should be no sut, globally no sut. Interface name. Now see, here you can set interface name globally or device specific. See, you want to configure the interface which is connected with internet. Let's say here my 0/0 is connected with internet, here 0/1 is connected with internet. So I have template with name what? Internet interface. And interface ID I can set device specific. While pushing the template on the device, it will ask you for interface ID. For branch 1 VS1 you can set 0/0. For branch 2 VH you can set 0/1. But in my case you can see same interface is here, so globally I can set G 0/0. Description, I can configure here description connected to internet. Static not required. Sorry, IP address. IP, how you will configure IP, statically or dynamically? Statically. And IP address will be device specific. It will ask you for VPN 0 interface, VPN 0, VPN if IPv4 address. Okay, no problem. On 0/0. Tunnel interface, yes, this interface will be tunnel interface. G 0/0 is tunnel interface. So let me enable it. And after that, color will be biz internet globally. Restriction, yes, I want to turn on restriction as well. Control connection already on. Okay. Allow service, let me allow all the services. Let me allow netconf service and SSH service. Nothing else. Not NAT, not ACL. Later we'll configure those all things. Now I can copy this template and edit it for LAN interface. I can say LAN interface, or in the LAN we can have multiple interface. I can say VPN 10 interface, or for service VPN you can name it like, let's say HR and sales departments are there, so I can have one service VPN for HR, one for sales. So I can say HR interface, sales interface, name of template, and you, while pushing, you will define the HR interface into HR VPN and sales interface in sales VPN. Here I am saying VPN 10 interface. Description same. Copy and I can edit it. VPN 10 interface, click on this gear button and edit it. Interface ID first of all 0/1. Description LAN interface. IP address statically. VPN 10 interface. IP. Then tunnel interface is not required. Let me turn off it globally. NAT not required. Nothing else. Now we need one template for all the templates are done. One template is missing for OSPF configuration. Let me create one more template here. VS Cloud and for OSPF routing protocol. Here it is. Say OSPF VH config. Router ID. Router ID I can set on default. Distance value for external route 1110. Distance value for inter-area route 1110. Distance value for intra-area route 111 default. Redistribution. Do you need to redistribute any protocol in OSPF? Yes, I need to redistribute. Which protocol?
OMP.
OMP protocol.
OMP.
Redistribute it. Area ID 0 and area type default.
Point to point.
Right, this is not my NSSA area or area stub area, right? This is normal area, and in area 1 I need to add one interface. Which interface? Interface name GE0/1. Hello time, hold on time. You can see I am leaving everything on default. Here you can also change the network type. Authentication. OSPF network type is broadcast. If you want to configure point to point, you can set point to point. I am leaving it on default, and let me add it. Advanced configuration, nothing else is required. Let me save it. We are done with all the configuration, guys. Yes or no? Now I can combine all templates into device template. So let me create device template through feature template. And for which device? For VS Cloud. For VS Cloud, name of my template is, let's say, branch. Router config. Copy, paste. And here you can call all the template, system template. Let me call it.
Shouldn't we say WAN edges for instead of branch router? Should it be vEdge?
You can name it vEdge as well.
Okay, because the branch router is regular router. It's not a SD-WAN router, right?
Branch router means edge router, WAN edge router.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can say vEdge config. Okay. Now under system, NTP not required, triple egg no, VFD nothing, default, OMP default. See, by default for each kind of configuration we have one default template, factory default template. If you are not going to attach, your device will use default configuration like BFD default template. For transport VPN I am going to replace default VPN to transport VPN, this template. Interface I am going to say internet interface here. Added this template. In VPN 0, nothing else is required. VPN 0 and the one interface is there inside that VPN. VPN 512, I have not created VPN for 512, but you have to create VPN 512 template as well, because this is management VPN. I can say mgmt VPN config. If you forget to create template in the feature template, from here also you can create. Here I can just name it VPN 512. That's it. And in VPN 0 I can add it. Zero interface. What happened? I think I did some mistake here. VPN 512 create. Or let me check the template as showing or not here. Management VPN, it's already showing. Right here you can add its zero interface as well. Again, we don't have template. I can create one template for VS Cloud, and name of my template can be management mgmt interface. and in the MGMT interface I will add eth0. It should be like eth0 like this, right? Nothing else. Save it. Now service VPN. Yes, let me add one template here for service VPN. We have service VPN template. In service VPN we are running OSPF routing protocol, so we have one template for OSPF configuration, and we have one interface, VPN interface. Let me call VPN 10 interface template as well. Do you want to configure banner? If you want to create banner, you can create template from here. Banner config. And two types of banner are there, login and MOTD. Can anyone tell me the difference between these two banner? What is the difference between these two banner?
Trying to log in, you can able to see the banner details, everything.
So login banner in the sense we can mention, for example, only means any banner that only few users will access the devices like this. Any banner we can configure, and that is mandatory required, right?
One banner is before login, one banner is after login. Tell me which banner is
After
before
login.
login. Which banner will show before login? Logging banner or MOTD banner? Before login. And now let me create it. You can do these all things later as well. Now my template is ready. Now I am going to attach this template with all the VHS, means 5.5.5, 6, 7, 5.5.5, 6.6.6 and 7.7.7. And now you need to define all the variable information. Only one time, first time. One second time you need to modify any configuration. You don't need to fill all information one by one. Here it is asking for the IP address on VPN 10 interface for 6.6.6, 12.1.1/24, correct? You can see it is 12. 12 or 22? What is IP? So IP interface brief.
It's 12.
It's 12 only. For 5.5.5, 11.1.1/24. And for 7.7.7, 33
15.
/24. IP address on which we IP address for VPN 0. Next hop IP address. Next hop IP address for 6.6.6, 103 103.1.1.2. Next hop IP. Next hop IP for 5.5.5, 102.1.1.2. And next hop IP address for 7.7.7, 104.1.1.2. Why it is not asking for the IP address on VPN 0 interface? That means there is some mistake. It is not asking about the IP address on VPN 10 interface. Let me check. VPN 0. Sorry, VPN 0. In VPN 0, we have this interface.
We created the templates, future templates VPN 0 and VPN 5 and we are not create the VPN 10 for the feature template.
No, VPN 0 interface is internet interface. Let me check internet interface template. Edit. And IP address. Statically it should ask for IP address. IP before address. Interface G0/0. Everything looks same. Attach device 5.5.5. Let me check once again. IP address of VPN 10 interface. Next up, IP address of VPN 0. Okay, here it is. Okay, it was there. 103.1.2. Next up IP 102.1.2 and 104.1.2. Next up IP address. Sorry, this is VPN 10 interface IP 11.1/24, not 11.12. And here it is 11.1.1/24 and here it is 33.1.1/24. Next up IP address will be 103.1.2, 102.1.2 and 104.1.2. Internet interface IP address is correct already there. Okay, host name done. Okay, let me say next and configure device. Now it will push the configuration on VHS. What is under process, you can see here. How many of you have understood the template based configuration? All right.
Yep.
It's easy. Now you can see done. Now if you will check devices and mode of your devices, you will see mode is vmanage. Now I cannot modify the configuration through CLI, right? If I will try to configure anything through CLI now, it is not possible. Let's say 5.5.5 SSH. Admin, is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Done. Config T VPN 10 and interface G0/1, shutdown and commit. Now your device is being managed by vmanage. Hope it is clear. and you can verify the configuration. Again you will have same configuration. So BFD session, you can see BFD is there with 4.4.4.6.6.6.7.7.7, and on the internal router again you can verify the routing table. So IP route OSPF, you can see branch 2 prefixes are coming, yes. Branch 3 prefixes, LAN prefixes are not coming. DC, yes, coming. Why branch 3 are not coming? Because I think R3 is not configured. You can see here R3 is not configured. So for R3 here I have configuration, I think. Config T interface F0/0 no shutdown IP address interface F0/0 no shutdown IP address 33.1.1.2 255.255.255.0 IP OSPF1. What is happening? Yeah, keyboard is not working properly. IP OSPF1 area 0. Exit interface loopback 1 IP address 30.1.1 255.255.255.0 and OSPF neighbor is up. IP OSPF network point to point IP OSPF 1 area 0. Then loop back to IP address 30.1.2.1 and loop back 3 30.1.1.3 IP OSPF 1 area 0 and IP OSPF network point to point. Let me save it and let me take you to router 1 branch route, and you can see now site 3 prefixes are also coming, site 2 prefixes are also coming, and DC prefix is also coming, and all the sites are able to communicate with each other. Yes or no? Any confusion till here? Now if I will add one new transport here, let's say MPLS, how much time it will take according to you minimum to up one new transport here? Okay, how many more templates are required? Tell me this.
Sir, what does PAFE mean?
Huh?
PAFE on the interface type?
PAFE?
Yeah, go back when you were doing edit.
Where? On router or
M-
branch VH?
MPLS router when you were creating it. Edit and
A fast Ethernet port.
oh, PA. Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Guys, it will take only 5 minutes, hardly 5 minutes to up the new transport. Because understand, template is already attached with all the devices. I only need to add one more interface in VPN 0. That's it. Yes or no? I only need to add one more interface in VPN 0. This is the beauty of SD-WAN. 10.10.10.0/24. 11.0/24. It should be not 11 here. 10.10.11.0. And similarly here also you can run any subnet. So can you guys up this transport, or can you guide me? First on the MPLS router I will configure enable config T interface F0/0 no shutdown IP address 10.10.10.2.255.255.255.0 and exit. Then interface F 1/0, 2/0 and 3/0. On F1/0 IP address will be 11.2. On F2/0 IP address will be 12.2, and on F3/0 IP address will be 13.2. MPLS router configuration is done. Access it and you can paste the configuration. On DC switch, now here I can configure what? BGP routing protocol. Here I will configure what? BGP routing protocol, like to advertise this subnet to DC switch. I will use BGP. To advertise this subnet to branch 1 VS1, I will use BGP protocol, or to advertise this subnet to branch 1 over MPLS, I will use BGP protocol. Enable and commands copy and paste. All the commands are accepted, right? And I need to write the routers configuration as well. R3 write, R1 write, and R2 right. Okay, so let me enable BGP as well on the MPLS router. Say router BGP, let's say 500, and neighbor 10.10.10.1, and remote ES of neighbor is, let's say side ID is the ES number 100. Then neighbor 11.1, neighbor 12.1, and neighbor 13.1. Remote ES here side 1, so side ES number 1, here 2, and here 3.
Because if you put the same AS as data center, then you will get routing loop, right?
No, why
The
will get
BGP.
routing loop? Routing loop will not allow the communication, so we have to configure a split horizon or allow AS in command.
Yeah, but we don't have the allow AS in command in the SD-WAN routers, right?
Why? We have that command.
In
Who told you?
I don't know. I think I heard this on Victella edges. You cannot do allow AS in.
Then you can override the ES on MPLS router. So many ways are there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Done. Now I need to modify my template on the vManage, and one more thing, on the DC switch I can enable BGP. Router BGP 100, neighbor 10.10.10.2, and remote AS was 500, and network 100.1.1.0 mask 255.255.255.0, and save the configuration. On the MPLS router also I can use network command here, network 10.10.10.0 mask 255.255.255.0, and other network as well. 11, 12, and one more, 13. Copy and MPLS. Save. Now go to vManage and modify your template. In VPN 0, we need to configure one interface. I need one template for G0/2 and one template for BGP configuration. That's it. So go to again template section, feature template, add template, or I already have a feature template to configure internet interface. Where it is? Here it is. I can make a duplicate copy and I can name it MPLS interface, MPLS interface, and copy. And now I can edit this template, edit, interface is going to be 0/2, yes, 0/2, description connected to MPLS, IP address statically, MPLS interface IP. Interface will be tunnel. Color will be what? MPLS here. Where is MPLS? Here it is. Restriction is
So we
on.
don't have so we don't have to say MPLS restricted, right here?
Restricted is on here, you can see.
Oh, okay.
Okay, anything else? Allow service will be same, nothing else. Save it. Now one template for BGP configuration. So again select the device and select the template BGP, and I'm saying BGP config. Okay, in VPN 0. Okay, it should be no cert globally. ES number should be device specific, BGP ES number, router ID, ES path, propagate, no need to use it, leave everything on default. Maximum path redistribution not required. Neighbor, yes, let me add the neighbor command. Neighbor and address of neighbor will be device specific, BGP neighbor. Description not required. Address family, you can select IPv4. Cert, so no cert. Under advanced, let me see anything is there. Remote ES, again remote ES I will assign while pushing the template. Next of self, nothing else required. Source interface not required. Everything looks fine. Correct? So neighbor add. Neighbor is added. Keep alive timer. Okay, leave it on default. Save it. And now go to your device template and modify it, edit it, edit, and here now in VPN 0 I am going to add BGP template and one more VPN interface. Which VPN interface? MPLS interface, and VPN interface MPLS, and for the BGP you have BGP configuration, and let's update it. Update. Next. Now fill the variables. IP address on MPLS interface. IP address on MPLS interface for 6.6.6 10.10.12.1/24. For 5.5.10.10.11.1/24 and 10.10.13.1/24. ES number for 6.6.6, side ID 2, side ID 1, side ID 3. Remote AS, neighbor IP address for 6.6.6, neighbor IP address will be 12.2. 12.1.2, 12.1.1, not 12.1, sorry, 10.10.12.2, 10.10.12. Sorry, 11.2 and 10.10.13.2. Remote AS 500, 500 and 500. Done. Let me update it. Next. And if you will see the difference in configuration, you can see the difference in configuration side by side. This is my previous configuration, and this side, right side, new configuration. So you can see here in VPN 0 I have added what? A router BGP S number 2 command, no shutdown, neighbor, right, remote AS, and this interface was there. Now I have added one more interface, which is 0/2. Earlier only 0/0 interface was there, 0/2. Okay, so this is difference. Rest all configurations are same. Let me click on configure. Okay, okay. Now my MPLS transport will also come up. If I want to add third transport, similarly I can add that also. Again, maybe there I am running, let's say, EIGRP protocol or a static routing, and so we'll create one template for routing, one template for interface. That's it. In service side, if you want to add VPN 20, similarly you can create one template for VPN 20 on and one template for VPN 20 interface, and you can add that in device template. So easy, right? Now you can see. Now if I will take you to the device, and like this, let's say branch 1 VS1. Where is the branch 1 VS1? Here it is, branch 1 VS1. Now admin, sorry, la 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 la. Keyboard, admin and admin. So IP route VPN 10, let's say. So let me show you the DC route. Not DC route, let's say any route from branch 3, 30.1.2.0. How many T locks are there? Only one. right? Means MPLS transport is not up. Why, guys? How I can troubleshoot it? Here I can check VPN 0 routing table. So IP route VPN 0. Now in VPN 0 there should be some route through BGP 10.10. Let me see DC public subnet is coming or not. Not coming. 100.1.1.0. Not there. Right? It means vManage is not reachable. Controllers are not reachable through MPLS transport 100.1.1 and source GE0/2. See, ping is not working. vManage is not reachable from MPLS interface. So go to DC switch and show IP BGP. In the BGP table 100.1.1.0, why it is not advertising to their neighbor then? So IP BGP summary. Neighbor is idle. What happened? Config T interface G0/0. I have not configured this interface, guys. No switch port. IP address 10.10.10.1 255.255.255.0 and exit. Branch 1 VS1 and let me ping again. Now you can see vManage is reachable. Now if you will check VPN 10 routing table here and any prefix, let's say 20.1.1.0. Now how many paths are there? How many T-locks are there for 10.
Two paths. Two paths.
Yes,
One
2
is
T-locks are
internet,
there,
one is
means
MPLS.
2 T-locks are there, right? One MPLS, one base internet, and it will perform load balancing. Now you have two IPsec between all the sites. So IPsec inbound connection, you can see with between 5.5.5 and 6.6.6. How many T-locks are, how many IPsec are there? 2. But with DCVS we will have only one IPsec because on the DC there is only one transport. What color here I have configured, guys?
Biz internet.
Biz internet, right? So it has only reachability with through biz internet. If you want through MPLS, you can change the color here to MPLS. Even I am managing this device manually through CLI. Right? So now on the branch 1 VS1, again if you will check BFD, so BFD session. So BFD session, you can see 2 BFD sessions are there for each side. It branches.
Can you check on the branch routers? You know,
This is branch router only.
branch meaning the Cisco routers. Yeah.
Internal router.
Internal router. Yeah.
So what will be there on the internal router?
Should be both routes should be there, right? It should
Why?
be doing
There are two paths. Between this
paths.
router and this router, two paths are there. Only single path.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
two paths will be there? It's a basic routing. Where you are?
It's a OSPF only, yeah, single part.
Yeah, single path. Right? On the vManage, I can verify my traffic is going over which transport. Now hope the template based configuration is done. Now I have new requirement. Let me show you what is my new requirement here. Let me take you to 5.5.5 and let me take you to real time and then go to troubleshooting, then simulate path in VPN 10, source interface G0/1, source IP address 11.1, destination IP address let's say 12.1.1 and application any simulate. Traffic is going over both the transport internet and MPLS. Now what I want, all TCP traffic should go over Biz internet and all UDP traffic should go over MPLS. Can anyone tell me how I can do this?
Create a policy.
Create a policy. Very good. For any traffic, you want to prefer one transport. But by default, guys, over all the transport, SD-WAN is going to perform load balancing. You can see like this. By default, SD-WAN, if I have 10 number of transport, over all the transport, it is going to perform load balancing. And now with the help of policy, we can manage it. And next weekend will come here. See, device is done, configuration is done, template is done. Now we will come here on the policy section. Again, we have two types of policy: centralized policy and localized policy. All good?
So, sir, I want to ask a question, not a question, understanding. So, we have two transports now. For example, one branch VH towards the internet and one is towards the MPLS, towards the data center. So, in generally in production, what we will do, we will prefer only the internet is a primary and MPLS is a secondary. Means in my project, okay. So, I want to set up like that. So how will that for the means MPLS should be backup the load balancing. As of now, in this scenario, both the traffic is load balancing, right? So I want to
Correct.
stop from MPLS and only go via internet. And once the internet goes down, then we'll go via MPLS for
Okay.
regional perspective.
So you can prefer MPLS T-lock over internet T-lock. Now branch 1 router is advertising T2 T-lock to
Yes.
other side. So I can prefer this MPLS T-lock over internet T-lock.
Okay, and towards the data center,
What towards data center? In the data center we have single transport.
same.
There also you can add multiple transport
Hmm.
and you can do same.
Okay, got it.
So OMP T-locks. Now you can see branch 1 VS1 has means 5.5.5 has how many T-locks? 5.5.5 T-lock C. This is first T-lock MPLS plus
Hmm.
IPsec and another T-lock internet plus
Internet, IPC.
IPsec. And let's say preference value. Preference value by default is 0 in both the T-lock.
Yeah, correct. So another thing is that OMP tag we can set, right, Sajid?
Yeah, OMP tag you can use it.
Because in production we use OMP tag for the internet we will higher and MPLS lower like this, and then
Higher
traffic
preference
will go
value.
via internet only like
See,
this.
not only preference or tag, some other attributes are also there. You can use weight. By default, weight is
Mhm.
1. You can increase weight, right? And you can do these all things from your vManage. On the vManage, if I will click on policy and let's say centralized policy, you can see these are group of interest. Here I can create T-lock list. Let's say I'm creating one T-lock list with name internet T-lock. What? Internet T-lock. And internet T-lock will have system IP 5.5.5, color biz internet, and encapsulation IPsec and preference value 10. Add. I need to add one more T-lock with system IP 5.5.5, color MPLS, encapsulation
MPLS, yeah.
IPsec, but preference value 20. Now, whenever I will use this T-lock, what will happen? MPLS transport will be preferred, means MPLS T-lock will be preferred. T-lock is nothing but the transport locator, right? Transport only.
Yeah, transport
So
location,
one transport will
yeah.
be preferred over other. For now, let me delete it. because we'll see it in policy. Till here I am expecting everything is clear and crystal to all of you.
Yeah, yes, sir. For me,
We
it
did
means
this
yeah,
multiple
understanding.
times. We did this multiple times, yes or no? Yes. First through CLI, then through template, again through template. First we have onboarded internet transport, then we have onboarded MPLS transport, and adding new transport was so easy. Through template it was easy. 104, where it will come, 103 here, 104 here, and one more submit should be there on this link, and this link. All good? Okay, this is your topology now. Now here I can add one more side, and in that side I will add two vanished devices for redundancy, like that will be also part of our policy. If anyone have any question till here, please ask. Otherwise that's all for today. Let's connect on Saturday.
Sir, I want to show you that issue only.
Yes,
Yes.
now let me see. Stop my screen and share your screen.
Yeah.
Now you can share your screen.